For sale, Lazer from South Carolina has shown in Shelbyville, Houston, California too. Champion Western pleasure, hunter jumper, dressage, always a blue ribbon winner. In 2005, I answered this ad in Western Mule magazine. I asked the questions that had been suggested by a friend I had met at a mule clinic in Virginia. Cindy, a longtime employee of the heirs to the Coca-Cola fortune, trains and shows their mules. I called her as soon as I ended my conversation with Lazer's owner. As it turned out, she knew him well. She told me about his kind disposition, how successfully he had competed in hunter-jumper, western, dressage, and side saddle disciplines, and that she thought he'd be a wonderful first mule for me. I knew then that when I traveled to Columbia, South Carolina to meet him and to be present for his pre-purchase physical exam, I would buy him on the spot if everything went well. Later, I met Judy Isbell, Lazer's previous owner of 16 years. She told me many stories about their time together, including that he had marched in President Clinton's first inaugural parade in 1993 and in the Rose Parade in Pasadena, California on New Year's Day in 1998. Lazer arrived at Woodedge in Morristown the day before Christmas Eve. Many wondered why I would choose a mule over a horse, but he proved himself to be athletic and smart. He even helped to save a few horses over the years by sounding an alarm when they were in danger, and even pulled yours truly out of 12 inches of mud that I had managed to get hopelessly sucked into. Apparently, mule converts the world over have had similar stories. Among those converts was Meredith Hodges, a renowned author and equestrian, who now trains mules in nearly every competitive discipline and is pictured in this slideshow on one of her mules alongside Judy on Lazer as they waited to line up for the inaugural parade. From the time he arrived at Woodedge, Lazer and I were together for several hours a day. I had never known such a strong bond with an animal before, and probably never will. When he came to Majota in the early fall of 2012, I was just returning to my university studies after a hiatus of many years. Sadly, I realized I would have to devote my time to the work of completing my degree. That made it necessary for me to forsake my partner and friend. Fortunately, Gabby Brown was there to provide him with companionship in my absence, and for the next 4 or 5 years she developed an equally strong relationship with Lazer until her own life choices resulted in her having to abandon him as well. Despite these setbacks in his life, Lazer remained a true and devoted part of the Majota curriculum and continued to excel at providing innumerable students with a steady and gentle riding and grooming experience. This past year has been a true blessing as I was able to spend 1 to 3 hours almost every day with Lazer and rebuild the bond we had once shared. Gabby too came out to visit him on 2 or 3 occasions over the past many months, so he was able to spend time with us both. Over the years, Lazer was loved by countless students, parents, volunteers, and employees who make up the Majota family. He was a loving, loyal, and hard-working partner in the show ring, on the trail, as a lesson mount for adults and children, in extreme trail ride competition, and in Christmas and Independence Day parades. We'll all miss him for sure, and have benefited much from having known him. His work is done now, and he grazes happily with Daisy at the Rainbow Bridge.